From the heart of the Arabian Peninsula rose a leader like no other, Umar Ibn Al Khattab, a man who shaped history. Born into pre-Islamic Arabia, Umar's journey is remarkable. He rose from humble beginnings to immense power. Umar's story is a tale of leadership. His conversion to Islam marked a turning point. As the second Caliph, Umar's influence extended far. His reign saw rapid expansion. He established governance rooted in justice. Join us as we delve into his life. Umar Ibn Al Khattab's name echoes through the halls of history. He was a warrior, a statesman, and a man of unwavering principles. But more than that, he was a visionary who laid the foundation for a just and prosperous society. Initially, he stood in opposition to Islam. However, his encounter with the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, led to a profound transformation. Umar embraced Islam with unmatched zeal, becoming one of the Prophet's closest companions. His unwavering faith and strategic brilliance were instrumental in the early Muslim community's success. Umar's legacy extends far beyond his military achievements. His reforms and policies established a system of governance that was centuries ahead of its time. We will explore the life and times of this exceptional Caliph.
Umar Ibn Al Khattab was born in the heart of Arabia, in the bustling city of Mecca. The year was 584 CE. He entered a world on the cusp of profound change. Umar belonged to the Banu Adi clan, a respected tribe within the Quraysh, guardians of the Kaaba. Life in Mecca was a tapestry woven with trade, tribal alliances, and ancient traditions. The Kaaba, a sacred shrine, drew pilgrims from far and wide. Umar, like others in his tribe, grew up steeped in the customs and beliefs of his ancestors. He was known for his imposing physique and his skill in wrestling. However, the winds of change were blowing through Arabia, carrying with them a message that would challenge the very fabric of Meccan society.
Life in pre-Islamic Arabia was deeply rooted in polytheism. The Kaaba, while considered a holy site, housed numerous idols representing various deities. The people of Mecca, including Umar, were fiercely devoted to these ancient beliefs. They formed the bedrock of their identity and worldview. The Prophet Muhammad's message of one God, Allah, challenged the established order. It threatened the power dynamics of Meccan society and the traditions that had held sway for generations. The Quran, revealed to Prophet Muhammad, condemned idol worship. This message resonated with those seeking spiritual solace and social justice. However, for those entrenched in the old ways, Islam represented a threat to their way of life. Umar's initial reaction to Islam was one of staunch opposition. He saw it as a threat to the social order and the traditions of his forefathers. His fiery temperament and unwavering loyalty to his tribe made him a formidable opponent to the burgeoning Muslim community.
Stories abound about my early encounters with Muslims. My anger towards them was palpable. I even threatened the Prophet himself.
However, beneath this fierce exterior lay a searching mind. One fateful day, Umar set out with the intention of confronting the Prophet Muhammad. However, he encountered a man who would change the course of his life forever. Umar's encounter with his sister Fatima and her husband Sa'id proved to be a pivotal moment in his life. He found them reciting verses from the Quran, their faces illuminated by a newfound faith.
Intrigued and moved by their words, I listened intently, even though I just struck both of them in anger at first, then felt remorseful. The words of the Quran resonated deep within my soul. I was struck by the beauty of its message, its call for justice, compassion, and the oneness of God.
The encounter with his sister and brother-in-law chipped away at his resistance. Driven by a newfound thirst for truth, Umar decided to seek out the Prophet Muhammad. Standing before the Prophet, Umar declared his faith in Allah and his acceptance of Islam. This act of conversion was a momentous occasion for the early Muslim community. Umar Ibn Al Khattab's conversion to Islam sent shockwaves through Mecca. His reputation as a fierce protector of the old ways made his embrace of the new faith a significant victory for the fledgling Muslim community.
Umar's unwavering commitment and natural leadership qualities quickly made him one of Prophet Muhammad's most trusted companions. The early Muslims faced relentless persecution from the Quraysh tribe, who saw Islam as a threat to their power and way of life. Umar, with his imposing presence and unwavering loyalty, became a shield for the vulnerable Muslims. His conversion emboldened others to embrace Islam openly, knowing they had a formidable protector by their side. Umar's conversion marked a turning point in the history of Islam, signaling the beginning of a new era of strength and resilience for the Muslim community.
Section 2. Trials and Triumphs.
The early years of Islam were marked by trials and tribulations. The Muslims, outnumbered and outgunned, faced constant threats from their adversaries.
Umar's courage and strategic thinking proved crucial in these challenging times. He stood shoulder to shoulder with the Prophet during the pivotal battle of Badr, the first major confrontation between the Muslims and the Quraysh.
Umar's bravery on the battlefield was legendary. He fought with the zeal of a convert, his faith fueling his determination. Despite the odds stacked against them, Umar never lost faith in Allah's promise of victory.
Beyond his military prowess, Umar was known for his wisdom and diplomacy. Section 3. A voice of justice.
Umar Ibn Al Khattab possessed an innate sense of justice. He abhorred oppression and championed the rights of the weak and vulnerable. His commitment to fairness was evident in his interactions with both Muslims and non-Muslims.
Umar believed that justice was the cornerstone of a strong and prosperous society. One of Umar's most remarkable qualities was his humility. Despite his growing influence and status, he remained grounded and accessible to the people he served.
He would often walk the streets of Medina, listening to the concerns of ordinary citizens and ensuring that justice was served.
Umar's commitment to justice extended beyond his own community. Section 4. The right hand of leadership.
As the Muslim community grew, so did the responsibilities of leadership. Umar, with his sharp intellect and unwavering dedication, became the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him's right-hand man. He was entrusted with administrative tasks, overseeing the distribution of resources and ensuring the smooth functioning of the growing Muslim state.
Umar's administrative skills were exemplary. He established systems for record keeping, taxation, and governance, that laid the foundation for a well-organized and efficient state. His visionary approach to leadership extended beyond the immediate needs of the community.
Umar's contributions as a companion of the Prophet were invaluable. His unwavering faith, coupled with his remarkable leadership qualities, made him an indispensable figure in the early years of Islam.
The death of Abu Bakr, the first Caliph of Islam, cast a shadow of grief over the Muslim community.
Umar Ibn Al Khattab, known for his strength and decisiveness, was chosen as the second Caliph. The weight of leadership fell upon his shoulders, a responsibility he did not take lightly. Umar, acutely aware of the challenges ahead, approached his new role with a mix of humility and determination.
The Islamic Empire, while still in its infancy, had already begun to expand beyond the Arabian Peninsula. Umar faced the daunting task of consolidating these gains while ensuring the stability and prosperity of the rapidly growing Muslim community. Umar's reign as Caliph marked an era of unprecedented expansion for the Islamic Empire.
Umar, a skilled strategist, appointed talented generals who led the Muslim armies to victory. From Persia to North Africa, the Islamic Empire expanded rapidly. The Byzantine and Persian empires crumbled before the advancing Muslim forces.
Umar's vision extended far beyond military conquest. He understood that the true strength of an empire lay in its institutions and the well-being of its people.
One of Umar's most significant achievements was the establishment of the Diwan, a centralized administrative system that streamlined governance and ensured accountability. The Diwan, responsible for collecting taxes, administering justice, and maintaining law and order, became a model for later Islamic administrations.
Umar's commitment to justice was unwavering. He established courts throughout the empire that were staffed by judges chosen for their integrity and knowledge of Islamic law.
It is said that he would often disguise himself and walk among the people to observe firsthand the workings of the justice system he had created.
Umar's reign as Caliph was marked by a deep concern for the welfare of his people.
Umar's policies reflected this belief, prioritizing social justice, education, and the well-being of the most vulnerable members of society. He established a system of social welfare that provided for the poor, the elderly, and the disabled.
He encouraged the establishment of schools and libraries, believing that education was the key to progress and enlightenment. Umar's reign saw the construction of mosques, roads, canals, and other public works that benefited the entire community.
Umar's legacy as a just and compassionate ruler continues to inspire admiration and respect to this day.
Umar Ibn Al Khattab's reign, marked by expansion and prosperity, was tragically cut short. In the year 644 CE, while leading the Fajr prayer in Medina, Umar was struck by an assassin's blade.
The attack, carried out by a Persian slave named Abu Lulu'a, sent shockwaves through the Muslim world. Umar, the architect of an empire, the champion of justice, lay mortally wounded.
As Umar breathed his last, his thoughts turned to the future of the Ummah, the Muslim community he had served with unwavering devotion. In his final moments, he appointed a council of 6 companions to choose his successor, ensuring a smooth transition of power and preventing discord among the Muslims.
Umar's assassination sent a ripple of grief and disbelief throughout the Muslim world.
Despite his sad, untimely death, Umar Ibn Al Khattab's legacy continued to shape history. His reign as Caliph left an indelible mark on the Islamic world and beyond.
His contributions to Islamic law and governance laid the foundation for a thriving civilization. Umar's commitment to justice transcended his own time.
His establishment of the Diwan provided a model for governance that influenced later rulers.
Umar's expansion of the Islamic Empire was marked by tolerance and respect for conquered peoples.
Umar Ibn Al Khattab's amazing life and legacy still continue to inspire millions around the world. Umar Ibn Al Khattab's journey from staunch opponent to a pillar of Islam is a testament to the transformative power of faith. His story reminds us that leadership rooted in justice and compassion can leave an indelible mark on the world.
Umar's life and legacy extends far beyond the borders of the vast empire he helped build. It resonates in the hearts of millions who find inspiration in his life and teachings.
He laid the foundation for a society where faith and reason thrived, and where fairness and compassion prevailed. Umar's story serves as a beacon of hope, reminding us that it is possible to lead with integrity and strive for a better world.